Hey, good morning. I'm trying to get the lighting situated and figured out. Okay, that's good. That's decent. So this is me. I have very swollen eyes due to allergies. This is a normal thing for me during this time of the year. Spring, allergies, just I wake up with a swollen face, but that's okay. That's fine. So I know it's been such a long time since y'all have seen me, since I've been on camera, since I've filmed anything related to this channel. And life comes at you hard sometimes. It's just a really busy time for me. But now that we are staying home, I'm teaching school from home. Ulta's temporarily shut down right now. My schedule has opened up and I have more time. So, yeah. Sorry, I keep getting text messages, so that's kind of what I'm laughing about. But yeah, I'm just gonna do my makeup. I'm getting ready to go nowhere. Today's Sunday, and I already had worship service or a lesson, and then I'm meeting with my small group in a little bit. But before that, I wanted to do my makeup. For me, doing my makeup brings me a sense of peace. I enjoy the process. I enjoy all things beauty. I enjoy taking care of myself, taking care of my skin. It just takes my mind away. I'm able to be creative with how I look, and I love that. So that's what we're going to do. But before we get started, we all know what's going on in the world. I'm not going to say it. You know what's happening right now worldwide. So I just want to share a few scriptures that have been really key for me in dealing with this and getting through this, and just some things to consider. And I'm going to go ahead and put on primer and let that sink in. So one of my favorite primers is from Touch and Soul. It's the No Problem primer. So I'm going to take one pump for like my forehead. I have a big forehead. It needs a whole pump. And I'm also going to put that over my brows and over my eyelids and a little bit on my nose. And I'm going to take like half a pump and I'm going to go over my nose again. My nose is like the problem spot. And I'm going to go over my cheek area and the chin. Right now I'm having hormonal breakouts on my chin. Ignore that. I think this is stress related right there, right in the middle of my forehead. But it's all good. It's temporary, just like our current situation. And of course I dropped the cap. All right, let's get to these verses as I let this sink in. Have a candle going. Peaceful over here. So the first verse is Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 through 6. And I'm just reading from my little Trust in the Lord with All Your Heart. My dad actually gave this to me. And I take notes in here. I have like prayer list in here. I have just general thoughts in here. I write verses in here. So that's what's in here. So the first one is Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 through 6, which says, Trust in the Lord from the bottom of your heart. Don't try to figure everything out on your own. Listen for God's voice in everything you do. And I write in different versions sometimes. So that version was the Message. Next, I have, let me talk about each verse just a little bit briefly. So I like that verse because it says, trust in God from the bottom of your heart. Don't try to figure out everything on your own. Listen for God's voice in everything you do. As people, as humans, we try to make sense of what is going on around us. We try to understand everything and make things fit together because that gives us a sense of control and a sense of peace to like understand what's going on. But we don't, let's be honest about what's happening right now. We really don't understand what's going on. We don't know how to fix it. We know some steps on how to slow it down and prevent it, but we truly don't have a full understanding of it. So we really have to trust God. We don't know why it's happening, but some things are just not for us to know, and we just need to trust God. So that's why I feel like that verse is just so key and vital during this time. Next, I have John chapter 14, verse 27. It says, I am leaving you with a gift, peace of mind and heart. And the peace I give is a gift the world cannot give. So don't be troubled or afraid. I just love that verse. It just is a reminder that as disciples, as Christians, we have the gift of the Holy Spirit. We have a peace that surpasses all understanding. That is not a worldly form of peace. I feel like the worldly form of peace is very conditional. It depends on your circumstances, it depends on how things are going, but the peace that God gives us is something the world cannot. It's not situational, it's not conditional, it's not circumstantial. It's forever and always there if we choose to turn to it and to trust God and have faith in Him, which allows us not to be troubled or afraid. Then we have Psalms 37, verse 7, the first part, which says, "Be still in the presence of the Lord and wait patiently for Him to act." I mean, that ties perfectly with everything else. It's just like, this is kind of out of our control. It's bigger than the knowledge that we have as human beings. So we just need to be still in the presence of the Lord and wait patiently for Him to act, because He has ultimate control and He has all the answers. Next, I feel like this one I really thought of for the people that are being like financially affected by this, mentally affected, emotionally affected, educationally affected in a negative way. This verse is one that I think really fits the people in that category. Thankfully, I'm not really being affected too negatively, and I'm very grateful for that, but I understand that people are. So here's a verse for that. Psalms 71, verses 20 through 21. You have allowed me to suffer much hardship, but you will restore me to life again and lift me from the depths of the earth. You will restore me to even greater honor and comfort me once again. So this is just a reminder that God will restore us. He will restore the world. He will restore everything. And He can restore each of us individually based on the other verses that I read. And if you're going through a hard time, just know that greater honor and comfort will come to you again. Like, this is temporary and it's going to be okay. Next, we have 1 Thessalonians 5, verses 16 through 18. Always be joyful, never stop praying, be thankful in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you who belong to Christ Jesus. And that one's pretty self-explanatory. So those are just a few of the verses that I've really been meditating on and trying to read and think about every single day as we go through this. So, I also wanted to share that I think it's a great investment to get a Bible like this. This one has 4 different versions in it, or translations. So the New International Version, the New King James, the New Living Translation, and the Message. I like to compare different translations of the Bible, and yeah, I just like to compare and see how the words change. And sometimes some words hit, they hit you deeper than other words. So that's why this Bible is so big, because it's side by side translations of Scripture. All right, so with that being said, 8 minutes basically that this is to sink in. Let's get started with some makeups. For foundation today, I'm going to wear Estee Lauder Double Wear. This is just a go-to. It's one of my favorite foundations. I wear the shade 7W1 Deep Spice. And you can get a pump for it, but I don't have a pump for mine, so I'm going to try to not make a mess. Actually, let me move this Bible away so it doesn't get messed up. This is also like a perfect shade for me, which I love. I don't really have to think too much about, does it match, does it not match? So I'm just going to put some on each side. That should be, I think, enough. I don't know, we'll see. It's better to start with a little bit and build it back up. I'm going to blend it out using this brush from ColourPop. But yeah, I love this foundation because it's super long wearing. And it's starting to get really, really hot down here in South Carolina. And I have to like walk my dog and stuff. And I go outside, not super duper often, but when I do, it's usually 2 to 4 times a day with my dog. And my dog doesn't really like other dogs. She doesn't really like bikes, scooters, basically anything that moves. She doesn't really like cars, like other cars. She's fine being inside the car. So therefore, I have to try and avoid those things, people and other dogs, and there's usually a lot out there, so I end up running around a lot. Like we'll be walking and then I'm very aware. So I'm like peeking. I see a dog. I'm like, oh, we got to go the other way. And then sometimes you turn around, you go the other way and there's a dog or something or a bike. And I'm like, oh, we got to go this way. So I'm always running around while I'm outside, which makes me sweat. But the great thing about double wear is it's so long wearing, it doesn't really come off when you sweat. So I love that. You don't get the streaks. You know how some makeup, if you cry or like you sweat, you get streaks in your foundation. Double wear doesn't do that. It really lasts through everything. It's humidity resistant. So I love that because I don't have to think about it. And I need that because I have a video date tonight at 9 p.m. with somebody who lives in Australia. That's a 15-hour time difference. These 15 hours in the future. So I just need my makeup to last because I'm not really trying to redo it. You know, I'm somewhat lazy. Like I like the process and I like to take my time. But at the same time, I'm kind of lazy when it comes to makeup. All right. So I don't know if you guys can see the coverage. I didn't do a super bunch, but you can still kind of see some imperfections peeking through. That's fine. I have dark marks on my face. I have a lot of acne scarring, which is all good. I don't really feel like adding more foundation though, so we're actually just going to use concealer to conceal some of the other imperfections that are still peeking through. And I'm going to do a super simple look today, nothing too intense. Yesterday I did 2 different color eyes and that was really, really fun. So I enjoy being creative with my makeup. To help conceal some of the imperfections that are still showing and the discoloration I have on my upper lip, I have hyperpigmentation on my upper lip, which makes it look like I have a mustache, but I don't, it's just darker there. I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite Long Wear Concealer Crease Proof with Niacinamide in the shade C16. I love this concealer. It is great. It's very warm, which is great because I have warmer undertones to my skin. I'm just going to put it basically in all the places where I feel like I could use a little bit of coverage or color correction, which I have a lot of scars on this part of my face. I'm also breaking out on that part of my face. But yeah, when it comes to makeup, you don't have to do what I do. Do what best suits you. I'm going to put some under my eyes. Okay, that's more than enough. Now I'm just going to use the same brush to blend it out. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of reading. I've been doing more writing. I have been playing the saxophone a lot more during this time. Actually, every Monday night I play on Facebook Live for anybody who wants to listen. I just play hymns. I normally just sight read some hymns. And sometimes I do Disney music. I think this week we're going to do a mixture of hymns and Disney. Just to kind of bring some light and some positivity and just music, just something joyful to the world at this time. And it's fun. I enjoy playing saxophone. I need to like get back into practicing like scales and whole tones and cyclical triplets and all that stuff. I also should probably practice piano more. I actually played the piano with my parents on the phone. And we attempted to sing a 4-part hymn together as a family. But that internet connection though was not good and it ended up sounding pretty bad. But I was impressed with the singing abilities of my dad and my sister. They were on pitch when we all got separated and we all ended at different times. They were still in the same key. So that really made me happy. I got really excited for that because, yeah, it's just exciting to me because I'm a music nerd. All right, I've got all that blended out. Let's move on to a highlighting, brightening concealer for under the eyes. So funny, I only just started wearing concealer like not that long ago. Let's do, I have some favorites, but do I want to stray from my favorites? Yeah, let's mix a few together because I'm extra. I like to mix things. I like to be a chemist on my face. So we're going to use Pretty Vulgar concealer in the shade 65 Shady Lady. Just funny name. I'm gonna do some of that. This one's very liquidy and like very liquidy. It's very like smooth, kind of like a gel-like texture. Do a little bit of that, and I'm gonna mix in the Oma Beauty Concealer in Brown Sugar T2, which I think, yeah, it's a little bit lighter. And this one's thicker, it's creamier. Let me get my hand mirror. I'm just gonna blend this out using this brush. I think this is a BH Cosmetics brush. I've had it for literal years. Yeah, I like those shades mixed together. That's very nice. But yeah, we're gonna do a simple look today. I think I'm gonna do kind of like a soft glam inspired look, which to me, soft glam is more about like the skin, having flawless, even matte skin, which is something I love. I do not like to be glowy. I do not like to be shiny. And hold on while I check on the time. I need to keep track of time. All right, perfect. Because I do lose track of time when I'm doing makeup, because I like to take my time. I don't like to be rushed. But I'm doing good. I also take this over my lids as well. And I'm just going to take whatever's on the brush. I like to go in between my brows and over the brows. I'm just really pressing this into the skin. And then whatever's left over, I also take on my chin, even though I don't really need to highlight that area because breakout, but that's okay. All right. I feel like that looks really nice. It's very well blended. So now we can do powder. I love powder. Powder just really just smooths out the skin, makes it look really nice. So for under eye powder today, let's mix. I feel like mixing today. Sometimes I feel like mixing, sometimes I don't. We're gonna mix Huda Beauty Kanafa powder. I love this powder. It's very yellow toned because I have yellow undertones. With the Beauty Bakery flower powder in the shade Plantain or Plantain. I'm gonna mix those two together. The Huda is so smoothing. It's one of my favorite under eye powders. I'm just gonna use this. It's my Ray Ray brush to apply it to my everywhere I put concealer. So especially the under eyes, so we don't want those to crease. So I'm just gonna go in with the Huda first because there's a bunch already kind of like on the cap and in the sifter. I'm just gonna tap it in. My eyelids as well, all the way up to the brow. I mean, it just smooths so nicely. I might just end up using Huda, we'll see. I like to use a brush versus using a beauty blender because I have drier under eyes. I have oily combination acne prone skin. But my under eyes can get super dry and it's very obvious and apparent when they are dry and the rest of my face is oily and it looks really crazy. So I try not to over powder my under eyes. Also gonna go right in between the brows, basically everywhere we put the concealer. You can see it's starting to smooth out my face. This Huda Beauty powder is so good. The main person that made me want to try it is Jocelyn Partee here on YouTube. I don't know if you guys have ever watched her. She is beautiful. And she like pretty much does soft glam every day. I would describe her makeup as very soft glam. She's gorgeous though. All right, all right, all right. Now I'm going to take a little bit of the Beauty Bakery. I'm going to put some in the cap. Oh, that's a lot. That's not some. Wow. Okay. Too much came out. So much came out. And I'm going to go over those areas with this powder as well. I feel like this one is a little bit more brightening. It's a little bit heavier than the Huda powder, which is why I use the Huda Beauty first, because this one is a little bit heavier. It can look heavier, and I don't really want that. But I feel like because it's a little bit heavier, it helps to control the oil a little bit better than just Huda. So I'm going to bring that one kind of a little bit lower on my cheeks as well. It looks crazy now, but just stay with me. I'm also going to use the Beauty Bakery to set the center of my nose, which is already starting to act up. Look, that's too much. Look at that. Wow. Too much came out. There's powder everywhere. But it's okay. And also the center of my forehead. And my chin. All right. Now I'm going to take a bigger, fluffier brush, and I'm going to dust away the powder that fell on the side of my nose. So I really just want to highlight the center of my nose. And yeah. I'm going to take the excess powder that came out, and I literally have a container of like all the excess powders that I have. Like when they come out way too much and I can't put them back in their packaging, I have like a container of just like a mixture of extra powder, because I don't like to waste. So I'll just use this later, but whatever's in the cap, I'm going to take on a fluffier brush. I'm going to go ahead and do a soft set down here on the jawline area. With whatever powder is left in the cap. Because like I said, I don't like to waste. I'm going to kind of blend out the line down my nose so it won't be too harsh. So now I'm just soft setting my face. Soft set is like a really light dusting of powder. But since I have more oily skin, I use a lot of powder when it comes to my makeup, so that doesn't go anywhere and that it lasts, because I don't really like to touch it at all. I'll blot, but I don't really like to touch it. So for the rest of my face, a more skin tone powder I like to use is Black Radiance Soft Focus Finishing Powder in the shade Milk Chocolate Finish. And I got it from Target, and they gave it to me broken. So yeah, it is broken, but that's okay. It still works. A little more messy, but it works. But that's okay, because I'm in my bathroom and I clean the bathroom every day, since I wear makeup almost every day. And it gets everywhere. So I'm just going to use this brush now to go in with the more skin tone powder. And I'm really going to work and buff that into the skin. Now this brush, it's kind of fluffy. So as I'm buffing, it's not going to move or disturb the foundation I already have on. It's not going to alter the coverage or like create streaks or anything like that. And I am really going in with the powder. Of course, on the forehead. Make sure you get into the hairline. Normally I like to do my hair first, but I didn't really think about that. Let me check on my time. I gotta go in the kitchen and look at the time because I don't have a clock in here. Oh yeah, I'm doing good on my time. Also taking this powder on the sides of my nose. Like I said, over the forehead. I go over my ears a little bit just so that everything blends together into the hairline so that everything is seamless and well blended. And I'll show y'all what I look like a natural light too at the end of this. I also set my eyelids, everything. Go on my neck a little bit just so that everything blends and there's no harsh lines. Kind of can't see in this lighting, but that's okay. And then I touch my face to make sure none of it feels sticky because I cannot stand the feel of like unset foundation. That is just triggering for me. Sorry, my nose itched. All right. I think I'm good on powder. Yep. And then I just look and see if there's any excess powder that's like on the counter. And I'll just go ahead and scoop that up with this brush. You'll notice I go down here a lot because I'm not going to see anybody, but it's just out of habit. Because when I hug people, you know, that's the part that touches them. But if it's set really well with powder, usually I can prevent me putting makeup on people's shoulders. Because we all know how that goes when you give somebody a hug and they hug you extra tight and then your face is like on them and I'm like, I'm so sorry. So setting down here just really helps it to not transfer onto others. I guess like my dog, I get makeup on my dog sometimes because I do hug her. So, all right, so now like the base is done. Let's do a little bit of bronzer. I normally don't wear bronzer or like contour every day, but I don't know, I've been feeling like I should just be extra fancy as of late because, you know, I can't really go anywhere. So I've just been extra cute and fancy in my house, which is fine. So one of my favorite bronzers is from Hoola, or Benefit, the Hoola Toasted. And I'm just going to use this Micro Duo Fiber Luxie 516 brush. I've been trying to tell you all the names of the brushes I'm using, but it's hard. I'm just going to take this and I'm going to go in the hollows of my cheek. Like if you in there. Or you can start from like the top of your ear. That's also a good like indicator of where to put bronzer or contour. I really like this shade because it's not super warm, but it's not too cool. And it's not too harsh or too dark. But it still gives my face definition and shape. You see what it's doing there? Do you see it? I can't wait to show y'all in the natural light. It looks really, really good. And I really like this brush for blending. It's good to see y'all too. I know I've been gone. But I'm going to try and do one live a week. I can commit to one live a week on YouTube where I do my full face. And then on Instagram, I've been doing my eyes only. So if you're interested in seeing just eye looks, then you can check me out on IG. But I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do the IGs on the day where I do the YouTube videos. I'm also going to take a little bit of this around my forehead. Just a little bit of bronzer. Yeah, it looks good. My whole hairline is all sorts of messed up right now. My edges are, I mean, y'all can see them. Look at them. They ain't laid right now, but that's okay. This looks really good. I'm going to take whatever's left over on the sides of my nose in this little area. And then whatever's left, I'll take down here. Okay, so now the skin is almost done. I'm going to do blush. I've been super duper like into blush as of late. And I'm going to do the same one I had on yesterday. Thanks. Let me show y'all what I look like in natural light so far. Let's take a journey to the living room. And I'll show y'all in Ola June. So here's my skin in 100% natural light. You can hear her barking. Here's Nola. Say hi, Nola. Say hi. Nola June. Well, there's Nola. So last but not least for my skin, I'm going to put on some blush, and then we can move on to eyes, brows, and lips. Yeah, Nola, I don't know what she's barking at. I'm going to sit down. Let's see if I can still sit down and y'all see me. No. So a blush I've been loving is from Hourglass, and it's their ambient lighting blush in diffused heat. I think this is so pretty. This color, it's pink. I like pink, which makes me laugh because I was watching Jackie Anna's video this morning, and she was talking about how pink is her favorite color, but people said she shouldn't wear it. Now I'm gonna apply kind of a lot because I'm not gonna put on any highlight today, because this has like a reflectiveness to it, a sheen to it that I think is absolutely gorgeous. And like I said, I'm applying it quite heavily. I mean, y'all can see it right there. And I'm kind of applying it in the area that I would highlight, higher up on the cheek, because I don't want to drag my face down. I want to lift it. And I mean, I'm applying a lot, y'all. I'm going in with the blush because I've really been liking a lot of blush. I just think it looks so good. It looks so pretty. Green is my favorite color, but I love pink makeup. Like pink makeup looks, I feel like they look so good on me. I get a lot of compliments when I do pink makeup looks, but green definitely is my favorite color. Pink is not one of my favorite colors. I just think I look good in pink. And I'm putting on a lot. I'm telling y'all, I keep building it and building it and building it up. I'm building it and building it and building it up. Okay, that's enough. So now I have like my pink blush on. Feeling cute, feeling youthful, which I am. And then I'm just gonna go back under my eyes with the brush I used to apply the powder there, just to make sure there's no creasing, and to kind of soften up the blush under the eye area and like next to my nose. All right, now we can move on to brows. I normally do brows next. So lighting, lighting, lighting. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. And I just use a pencil. I've gone back to using a pencil, and then I also use like a mascara. I don't like to brush the hairs up. Yo, I drink a lot of coffee. And my bladder is like, ooh. That's okay. I think I can make it. If not, I'll just put y'all out in the living room. Y'all can talk to Nola, and then I will resume. So I just need to sharpen it. It's from Soap and Glory. It's one of their waterproof eyeliners, but I use it for my brows. But it works best when it's kind of sharp. So I just sharpened it a little bit. I really do want to sit down, but that means I have to move this whole setup. Hold on, let's do that. This. Okay, y'all see me now? Great, you can still see me. There we go. I can probably move it even just a little bit lower. There we go. Oh. Coffee, it just goes right through me. So it makes me have to go to the bathroom a lot, but that's okay. So, but I love the taste of coffee. But I put a lot of sugar and creamer in mine, so do I really like the taste of coffee? That is the question. All right. Let's do these brows. So I'm just gonna use a black pencil. I know some people say that you're not supposed to do black eyebrows, but I prefer my eyebrows to be black. First, I'm going to take this Hank and Henry mascara. I got like in a BoxyCharm or a, yeah, it does smell really good. Or in a Try Beauty box. And one of these makeup boxes that I get, I only get 2. I'm only subscribed to 2, I should say. And I'm going to go ahead and brush up my brow hairs so I can see them. And it also kind of tints them a little bit. You see that? You see that? Do you see how they're like standing up now? And then I brush the tail down because I don't want those to stick up. And this just helps me to see my natural shape a little bit better as I go in to fill them in with pencil. And it helps to give them some like texture so that my actual hairs peek through, because I do have some eyebrow hair. It's not the most abundant. It definitely isn't enough to really, I feel like, frame my face, which is why I fill my brows in the first place, but it helps the brows look, I guess, a little bit more believable when I fill them in. And this process is still pretty much the same. You'll see. So I start outlining the bottom. And I have a meeting I need to be at 11 a.m. So y'all help me with the time. Help me with the time. Don't make me late. Just kidding. I probably won't be late. I think I'm doing good on time. Outline the bottom. Thank you. Perfect. 10:37. Great. And then I go in and do some hair-like strokes at the front to make sure that they're symmetrical. I'm just going to go in and add more hair-like strokes in the actual brow. Thanks. This is all with literally an eyeliner pencil that I use for my brows. I just prefer the way pencil looks compared to everything else. It's also the cheapest option. Add a couple more to the front. Yeah. All right. And then after I kind of have them filled in this much, I'm going to go in and like lightly draw in the top so they have a little bit more structure. Oop, oop, oop. Hold on. And then I just draw in the tail. This one got a little too blocky because I accidentally went to where I didn't want to go, but that's okay. And then this side. And I try and get them as symmetrical as possible. That doesn't always happen. As long as they're similar enough, you know. And I try to leave the fronts. I don't bring the line on the top all the way to the front. I kind of try to leave those strokes there. Hopefully y'all can see that. Then I'm going to go back with the mascara I don't really like that's kind of dried up. And I'm going to brush the hairs up again. And that just really helps to blend the pencil with the actual hairs so that you can't really tell where I drew it and where the real hair is. So basically I use this regular mascara, kind of like a brow mascara. Hope y'all can see. You'll see it better in the natural light. But that's basically how I've been doing my brows as of late. And I don't clean them up with concealer. I ain't got time for all that, yo. I don't even have enough brows for all that. Like, that's how I do my brows. They look decent. It's not as good as yesterday. Yesterday they came out like amazing. Today they're like, okay. They're good. They're not amazing, but they're good today. I like this one more than this one. Usually this one comes out better, but I made that wrong little stroke over here, so it's a little blockier on this side, but it's all good. You know, I'm blessed. I'm just blessed that I have the skills to put some brows on. Okay, moving right along for eyes. Ooh, my nose is sweating. Can y'all see that? Y'all can't see it. Supposedly that means I'm mean. My mom says, if your nose sweats, you're mean. Let me put some blush on my nose. Take the blush brush, and I'm just going to put some on my nose, whatever is on the brush. Because it has some sheen to it. There we go. Now for eyes. We're going to keep it very simple. I think we're going to only do like just one shade in the crease, just to add some definition. I'm going to leave the lid shade, my foundation and concealer and powder. That's what I plan to do for the eyes. And then just curling the lashes, mascara, and a lip gloss, because I really need to pee. Just keep it real. And I don't feel like being extra today. Yesterday I was super extra. So let's find a shade. Let's use, what palette? What palette has a good like crease color that I want to use? I need like the perfect shade. I don't want it to be too orange. Let's go into, this is a palette I'm trying to use more of. Perfect. We're going to use the Viseart Dark Edit. Such a cute little palette. It's like the size of my hand. Love this. I don't want yellow. No yellow. There's a yellow gold in here. But I'm going to use these two browns to kind of do my crease. These two. Do they have names? I don't think they have names. Y'all can see these two right there. Because I don't want it to be too orangey. These are the colors I did yesterday, purple and teal. So I need a whole new blending brush. I just washed all my brushes. Let's see if I can find one real quick. We can use a super fluffy one. This is a little bit big. I prefer to use something smaller, but we're just gonna go with it. All right, I'm gonna mix. Actually, let me start with the lighter brown first. Wow, this brush literally takes up the whole pan. I'm gonna place that into the crease. Actually, I like this lighter brown. That's really pretty. I'm gonna take this into the crease, and I'm really just gonna kind of diffuse it out. Just want to give my eye, my crease some color and some shape, some definition. That's still on the really warmy, orangey, reddish shade. I didn't want it to be this warm, but that's okay. So y'all can see that. You can also just do this with your bronzer, but the bronzer is a little bit, I feel, too dark for what I really want on the eyes. Just using this as a wash. If a little bit gets on the lid, that's okay. It's just gonna be really, really, really soft. Y'all can like probably barely see it, which is what I want. Now for the other eye. I'm taking this in my whole crease, as y'all can see, the whole crease. I got the whole crease covered in the shadow. Got the whole crease covered in the shadow. Yo, yo, yo. Okay. I need to like move a little bit quicker because I know time is flying. So that's that. Now I'm going to go into the deeper brown, the one right next to it. And I'm just going to focus that. Ooh, that's super warm too. On like the outer V area. And you can see I'm like kind of tapping it on. 1044. Thanks. You're keeping me on track. 1040. Yeah, that's really pretty. So I'm just going to tap that like on the outer corner, the deeper brown. I'm not even going to blend it. I'm literally just going to tap it on the outer V area. I'm just pressing it on. And because this brush is so fluffy, it's kind of blending itself. I'm just going to tap it. You can do some tapping and wiggling. Ooh, can y'all hear my tummy growling? That is perfect, perfect. And then I'm gonna blend just a little bit. That is perfect. Take a little bit more on this eye. Love, love, love. And now we need to do the lower lash line. I'm gonna wipe off a brush I had purple on. It's probably still gonna be stained, that's okay. And I'm gonna mix the two shades together and I'm gonna put them on my lower lash line. So mixing the browns together. And I'm just going to blend that onto the lower lash line. Just so that it's not completely bare down there. Yeah, that's really pretty. It's amazing like how beautiful like simple looks can be. I really like how this is turning out. With just two eyeshadows, you know. And I'm blending it down kind of far. You can make it like as smoky or as intense as you like. I'm gonna make it somewhat like slightly dramatic, but not too much. And if you want to highlight your tear duct, you can, but I'm going to kind of stay away from like highlight or anything too shimmery or sparkly with this look. Soft glam tends to be more matte. The glowy blush is like as shimmery as I'm going to go. Speaking of, I keep taking my powder brush in between steps to just like minimize any shine. Great. Next, we're going to curl the lashes and apply mascara. The mascara I'm going to apply is the Essence Lash Princess. Love, love, love. And I just kind of go halfway down my lashes because I have decent lashes, which is why I don't really wear falsies too often. But I don't curl all the way from the base. I kind of curl halfway through so that they stand up more and curl upwards. So that they're a little bit more visible. All right, I don't curl them for super long. I love this mascara. It's $4.99, and a lot of times it's on sale, like buy one get one free, buy two get one free at Ulta. And I'm just going to apply mascara quite generously. I'll probably do 2 separate applications, a bunch of layers. I like let it dry a little bit and then come back again. And I like to look down into the mirror so that I can try and not get it on my lid. But I'm also kind of brushing, so I might get a little bit on my lid. That's okay. I think I'm just going to wear my hair how I had it yesterday. I don't want to take my twist down yet. It's probably what, 10:50 now? 10:50, 10:48, somewhere in there. Finally saw in. Oh! Yeah, there's a bunch of Ultas in North Carolina. I work at an Ulta in Gastonia. I work in the Gastonia Ulta, which is in North Carolina. But yeah, they're in like the, I guess the bigger cities. Gastonia isn't a super huge city, but it's definitely, it's not a town, it's a city. It's like a small city. Yep, all right, 10:49, we're doing good, we're doing good. I'm gonna make it on time. I'm gonna make it. But yeah, I live like on the border. I feel like I've already told y'all this. I live on the border of North Carolina and South Carolina. Like I'm 7 minutes from the state line of North Carolina. So that's why I work at an Ulta in North Carolina. I teach at a schools, plural, in South Carolina. All right, upper lashes are done. Let's do the lower lashes. There's Nola Barkin. I don't know what color lip do I want to do today. 1050, thank you, thank you. I'm doing good. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. I am gonna make it. I'm gonna make it on time. I don't want my lower lashes to be too clumped up, so I'm kind of going in with a lighter layer of mascara than sometimes what I typically do. But since this is a more softer glam look, I don't want anything to be too bold, too extra. Just very natural. Well, not natural, but soft. Again, going over the face, getting rid of the sweat on my nose because my nose stays sweating. I'm gonna wipe off my nose ring and then we'll do lips. For lips, I think I'm just gonna do like a nude, a brownie nude. Wipe off my nose ring. And my Monroe. Yeah, it's gonna be soft. It's gonna be basically like the same color as my lips. Let's do, ooh, I know one. I'm gonna go in with this Clinique lipstick in the shade Nuzzle 22. I'm just gonna put it on my bottom lip. And then like transfer it to the top lip. Let's do one more layer. Did I just break it? Oh, and it broke. The lipstick just broke. The bullet just like was like, all right, I'm gonna fall out. All right, I really like that color. And I'm gonna put a little bit of gloss over top. I'm gonna use this Milani Ludicrous Lip Gloss in the shade Whatever. It's a soft pink. Yeah, that's pretty. I'm just gonna use my finger to blend out the lips. And let me show you on the natural light. And then this is the look for today. Woo! So yeah, I'm just gonna, so I'm doing two-toned hair. I have bronze on this side and I have silver on this side. I'm really excited, but I'm not gonna take my twist down yet. I'm just gonna like do a updo with the twist, like pin them up. But yeah, this is like my version of simplified soft glam. Not as many steps as some other people do, but still really pretty, really soft. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I need to go and get to my meeting. Like I said, I'm gonna try and go live at least once a week, maybe twice. We'll see how I feel. But I really like the way the makeup came out. Thanks for giving me the time check. So yeah, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching. Nola, say bye. Nola, say bye. Come here, Nola June. Nola says bye. Thank y'all for the kind compliments. It's good to see y'all again and be back on the YouTube. Say bye, mama. You give him a kiss? No? Okay, my dog is not cooperating.